There's a switch inside of you that if you don't flip it today, you'll disappear as fast as your success. Because you don't have a drinking problem, you have a problem with disappearing from your life. You have a problem with facing up to reality and living in the world that you've created. And this, my friend, is how you stop it. I want to talk to you because you've built the life. You've got the house, the business, the family, everything that you're working in. On the outside, you're looking like success. But every night, you come home and the bottle calls your name louder and louder. And the truth is that the bottle calls louder than the legacy that you want to build. So you lie in silence and then you perform in public. So you're like a clown. You come out, hey, everything's great. But every morning you're waking up with the shame and it hangs heavier. And it builds up in your life to a point where it just becomes the norm. That's why I developed the sober switch. So what is the sober switch? What am I talking about? The sober switch is a system where we're not trying to quit. We're deciding that we're no longer that man. It's in that moment where the pain becomes louder than the pattern. So we override the pattern. And then the moment that we stop bargaining with the poison and finally say, I'm done, we draw a line in the sand and move on. It's a systematic approach to actually dealing with the underlying problems in intangible ways. It's not about holding hands and it's not about talking about our childhood. It's about practical steps that we can implement into our lives, you and I, so that we don't have to drink anymore. We don't have to be the man that we don't want to be. We can be who we want. So before I go into the sober switch, I want to tell you that why listen to me and who the fuck am I? I'm you. I was a high-functioning, respected, driven provider, a father, a man, and I was drinking every fucking day, every night when no one was watching. And even when they were, I didn't care. I didn't need another therapist. I didn't need cuddles. I needed a war, a way to stop disappearing, a way to show up in my life, a mission that made the bottle irrelevant. And that's why I wrote The War Within with the sober switch in it. Because we need something. We're not broken. And that's why I built it for men that are still standing, but just slipping. And it's not a program. It's a resurrection path. And if you're here still fighting, you're exactly where you need to be. And this is for you. I want to talk about the 3-layer trap because this is why high-performing men like you and I struggle really hard to quit, because we tell ourselves the trap. We tell ourselves the lies. We've got the provider lie because you're providing, so you're ticking the boxes, but you're dying inside. You say that you're successful, but you think that that's an excuse to keep drinking. And then you're stuck in the loop. There's a loop of you drink, regret, say you're not going to do it again, and then repeat. And that just spirals the same down and down and down. And the only way out of that loop is with full war, not wishful moderation or just to drink on the weekends and all this shit. And then having no mission, having no purpose, having no vision for your life, because you're not addicted to alcohol. You're unaligned with your fire in your life. And when your purpose in life, when you've got a reason, the bottle dies. You don't need the bottle anymore because you're moving towards something. And how do we activate the sober switch? First of all, we break the pattern, change the bottle, change the environment that you're in, change the things around you, change the pattern, and then trigger the fire. And then you decide, you make a decision, and then you commit, and then you control that decision. And then you start to rebuild the man, and you channel the chaos into strength. You use your morning routines. You have the brotherhood, and then you have a battle plan, and then you have a legacy. What's a legacy? Well, it's about being the man that you said you always wanted to be, because you said you'd be more. Now it's time to create that and do that and be that, because that man is still inside you. He's just been drowning for a while. So we drag that out of you. And then you come home to be that man, and you anchor in that legacy, not only for yourself, but obviously for your kids and your family, because we do this with the sober switch. What tools have we got in our hands? We've got the 30-day reset, because within the 30-day reset, we've got the identity rewiring. We've got the daily rituals, the feedback loops, anchoring. And we can go into this. The sober switch it's just a beginning, but it all starts with flipping the switch. And that's why I created the sober switch, because a lot of the time, a lot of recovery is about talking about your feelings and stuff like that, with not a lot of tangible things that men like us need. Do this and you get this, because men like us want to take action. Well, what can we do? Give me some actions. And that's what the sober switch is. It's the recipe for success. It's a recipe that not only will set you up for sobriety, but will set you up for life, because stopping drinking is only the first step. Stopping drinking is just the start of your life, and be stepping into that power and stepping into that powerful man that you've always wanted to be. But alcohols keep tripping you up. And you've got two choices. You can keep succeeding in life and failing in silence. If you keep drinking, you lose your trust, your edge, and your soul, and your family's trust. But if you do flick the switch, you can lead your life again with clarity, purpose, and no cover-ups. You can breathe again with purpose, not panic. And you become the son that you become the man that your son already believes that you are. And all this is within the sober switch. And if you go to kickthepiss.com, you can download the book for free and start to implement the sober switch into your life. And if this is something that you resonate with, I invite you to come onto a call where we can start to implement the sober switch in your life. Identify the triggers, identify the things that we can work with, and start to create the life that you want. Because you can't do this alone. Whether you work with me or whether you work with someone else or whether you find a friend or whatever, you can't flick the switch by yourself. You need help. You need a brotherhood. So I invite you to book a call after you download the book. It won't be a pitch. It won't be a program. It's just a rescue mission, because I'm on a mission to help 1 million men get sober. And I want to help you flick the switch and start your war within. So go to kickthepiss.com, download the book, and start the war, because you're worth fighting for. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself.